Hey guys, my name is Jesse Casista. I'm a fitness and sports instructor at Garrison Petawawa. Today's class is functional core. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm going to go over a couple of housekeeping notes. So, in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session, and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document, simply by clicking on the links below. By continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there is a possibility of physical injury and you agree that you do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. For today's workout, you're going to need a mat, or if you have a carpet at your house, that's fine, water bottle, some sort of day bag, whether it's a sandbag, backpack, etc., and some sort of weight. Okay, it does not have to be heavy, nice and light. We're going to focus on core and glutes today, okay? So when we're doing this, I want you to think about having a nice strong base. Okay, so we're engaging our core, we're squeezing our abdominals, our obliques, our back. Okay, our lats are nice and tight, shoulder blades down and back. Okay, we're squeezing our glutes, feet are screwed into the ground, so we're completing that nice stable base with our body. Okay, so every exercise we do, I want you to really focus on making everything nice and tight. Okay, I'll go over the exercises first. We have about 6 exercises that we'll be doing 3 to 4 sets depending on time. After I demonstrate those, we'll go into a warm-up and then we'll get started. I'm not going to play music in the background so that you can hear me, so if you want, you can play music at your place, okay? So, to start, we're going to go with the first exercise. So, it's a plank reach. So, a couple options here. You can go from your forearms or your hands. You're going to want a wider base. So, feet are wider apart. You're squeezing your glutes, okay? Squeezing your core, keeping everything nice and straight. Want a straight line from your head all the way down to your feet. Okay, so for your plank reach, we're going to be going 10 per side. You might want to have your hands closer together so you have a more stable base in the front. You're going to be reaching forward with that hand and then bringing back in control. So we're going to be out there for about a second or two and then back under. Okay, you can go from the forearms and do the same thing. Reach out, back in. Opposite arm, back in. If you're really struggling, you can go from the knees and do the same thing, okay? So that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is going to be 10 glute bridges with a 5-second pause at the top. So for this one, you're going to be on your back to start, hands out to the side, feet in close, knees about shoulder width apart, okay? Pressing your lower body or your lower back into the ground, head is on the ground as well. From here, you're pressing through your heels, squeezing your glutes, bringing that up into the air, keeping your core nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down, touch the ground, and then explode back up, squeezing your glutes to get up. Okay? So 5-second pause at the top, and then back down. Okay, we're doing 10 reps of that. Your next one's going to be a Zercher standing leg lift. So for this one, you're going to want to grab your bag, whether you have a sandbag or a day bag. For your Zercher, it's going to stand out in front, so almost like a cradle carry, okay? From here, we're going to do opposite leg lifts. So, right leg comes up, 1, 2, 3, back down under control. Other leg, 1, 2, 3, back down under control. 10 per side. Your next one is going to be a dead bug. I'm sure all of you guys have heard this by now. Again, on your back, getting your lower back into the ground. Everything else is nice and flat. Knees come directly above the hips. Hands come straight up directly above the shoulders. Okay, from here, opposite arm and opposite leg are going to come out. So you're pressing that heel to the wall in front of you, and you're pressing that hand out to the wall behind you. Keeping that nice straight line, come back up to the top, repeat on the other side. So left arm, right leg. Back down, and repeat. So that's your dead bug. We're going to be doing as well 10 per side, okay? Fifth exercise is going to be a side plank glute lift. So we're going to do 10 per side here. So I'm going to start on the right, or on my left side. I'm going to use my forearm, hand on hip or up in the air, doesn't matter. You're keeping that nice straight line from your head down to your toes. From here, you're dropping the glutes or hip to the ground and then back up. So you should feel this in your obliques here. Keeping everything nice and tight. We're going 10 per side. And the last one's going to be a little more complicated. So we're doing a Turkish get-up. So I'm going to do the demonstration without a weight. And you don't have to use weight at all if you don't want to, if this is something new to you. If you feel like you can use a little bit of weight, then grab something nice and light and then progress from there. So we're only doing 3 per side. So for the demonstration, no weight. I'm going to have my left leg straight out, okay, or about a 45-degree angle. My knee is going to be bent and off on an angle a bit as well. My left arm is going to be off and to the side. Now if I have a weight, it's going to be in my right arm. So it's going to be the same arm that I have the knee bent, okay? From here, I'm going to bring myself up onto my elbow. I'm creating that line from my elbow up towards my hand. From here, pressing up towards my hand. Next step, glute bridge. So I'm from the ground, using my glutes, lift in the air. I'm sweeping that leg to the back and I'm creating that nice straight line still from hand to hand, bottom to top. From here I'm going to stand or come to a kneeling position, rotate my hips so that it's parallel with the other one, come to a stance. To come back down, knee comes down, foot comes out to the side, hand comes down to the ground, sweeping my foot back through, butt down, elbow down, back down, under control, 3 per side. Okay? So we have our plank reach, glute bridge, Zercher, standing leg lift, dead bug, side plank glute lift, and Turkish get up. We're going to do about 3 to 4 rounds, okay? And then we'll get into the workout. Alright guys, so before we get into the workout, let's go into a warm-up. Now that I've demonstrated all the exercises, we're going to gear this warm-up to this workout that we're going to be doing in a bit. Okay, so first one we're going to do is cat-cow. So you're going to be knees under hips, hands under shoulders, okay, keeping your back nice and straight. Head neutral, okay, so not an extension or flexion, just looking straight down in between your hands. Okay, from here, we're going to round the back, tucking in the tailbone, nice and slow, and then we're going to come into extension, slowly round, or bringing the head up, in control. Inhales you round the back. Exhales you come out of it. Don't overflex or overextend. Alright, come back to that neutral position. From here we're going to do bird dog. So right arm, left leg to start. Okay, engaging your lats, so shoulder blades down and back. Right arm goes straight ahead. Left heel to the back wall, keeping that neutral spine. Back in under control. Switch sides. Just trying to engage the core right now. Keep everything nice and tight. This will translate into your workout. Keep that head neutral. Really press that heel back. Don't forget to breathe. One more on this side. And last one. Alright. Coming back to that neutral position. You're going to take your hand, right hand, place it on your ear. Okay, from here, you're going to bring your elbow to opposite elbow, the one that is nice and straight. From here, we're coming up into a T-spine rotation. Trying to make that T from your hand down to the elbow at the top. Coming back down in control. We do 5 per side. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up to the top. That's 3. 4. And 5. Switch sides. Two more. And last one. All right, next one. You guys can see me here. I'm gonna go flat on my stomach here. Arms are gonna go straight out in front. I'm gonna show you, just talk ahead so that I can see you guys, but I want you to have your forehead resting on the ground, okay? But basically what we're going to do is we're going to do IYT, so arms are nice and straight in front of you. You're going to lift straight up, come out to a 45, do your Y, lift straight up, out to the side, lift straight up for your T. Okay, so we're going to do 3 total, nice and slow. Remember, keep everything nice and flat on the ground. Even your forehead should be on the ground too, so we're not coming up into extension. That's 1, nice and controlled. Last one. All right. Come to a stance now. We're going to do some hip rotations. So this is going to kind of translate to your leg lift too while you're doing your Zercher carry. Okay, so right knee up in the air, out to the side, back down. Okay, while we're in this position, standing, let's just get the heart rate going a bit. So, let's go high knees. into butt kicks. Alright, let's do 1 rep each of the Turkish get-up so you guys can get a little bit of practice with that. Okay, so let's see where you guys can see me here. Flat on the ground. Okay, we're going to go right side first. So right knee is bent, left leg straight, a little bit of an angle, left arm, a little bit of an angle, head down, right arm up in the air with your imaginary weight. From here, so you're flat on the ground, you're going to come up to your elbow, then to your hand. From here, you're going to do your bridge. Okay, so full extension on that bridge. Sweep the foot under. Okay, press off your hand. From here, you should be on a bit of an angle, so you're going to rotate your hips so that they're neutral. Should be able to come straight up into a top lunge. Full stance. Back down, knee softly on the ground. Windshield wiper, that foot to the side. Hand comes back down to the ground. Sweeping the foot back under. Butt to the ground. Forearm to the ground. Back to the ground. And then we're back to the beginning. So let's switch sides. Left side. Left knee bent. Left arm straight in the air. Right leg on an angle, right arm on an angle. Okay, from here, we're coming up to our right elbow, right hand, bridge, sweep the foot under, press up, rotate the hips so that they become neutral, come to a stance, back down, windshield wiper that foot back, hand to the ground. You're still creating that nice T from top to bottom. Sweep the leg back under. Glutes to the ground. Forearm to the ground. Back down under control. Alright. Okay, so let's get started with this. So we're going to do 3 to 4 sets of those 6 exercises that I already demonstrated, depending on how the time is going. So I'll just grab a bit of water. Basically how it's going to work, we'll go through all 6 exercises. We're going to take minimal breaks in between the exercises, and then we're going to take 90 seconds to 2 minutes break in between each set. Okay? Now the thing about doing this and doing a core workout, you can rip through it and you might not feel anything. This is all about doing everything nice and slow, under control, keeping everything as tight as possible every rep. Okay, that's where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. So grab some water. Hit start in about 30 seconds. We're starting with that plank and reach. Again, you can go from your hands or your forearms. You can even drop down to your knees if you're struggling. We're doing 10 per side, okay? This will be set 1. Might have to rotate the camera at some points during the workout, but so don't mind me. Alright, so let's get started with that plank reach. Again, try and stay at my pace, nice and slow. If you can't, that's fine. There's a pause button. It's not live, so yeah, just try and keep up as best as possible, okay? Nice and slow. I'm going to start from my forearms, okay? Keeping everything nice and tight. We're doing 10 reaches per side, okay? So, right arm first. 1, 2, 3. Try not to rotate the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, take a little bit of a break. We're going to go straight to the glute bridge. We'll get set up. Feet in tight, knees about shoulder width apart, hands on the ground. You can add weight on top if you want. Okay, back straight down, lower back tucked into the ground. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, up. Squeezing your glutes, 3, 4, 5, back down 1. That's 2. 3, we're doing 10 total. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and that's 10. All right, next one, we're doing that Zercher standing leg lift. Here, grab your day bag. You don't need to grab any weight if you don't want to. It's almost like a cradle carry. We have a barbell too, you can use that, or a Zercher bar even. Okay, so we're doing 10 leg lifts per side with a 3-second pause at the top. So right leg first, 2, 3, down. 3, 4, 10 halfway. Screw that foot into the ground. 14. 16. 2 more. Oops. Last one. Alright, good job. Okay, dead bug is our number 4 exercise. We're going to get set up on our back. Remember, knees directly under hips, hands directly under shoulders. Bring that lower back into the ground. In 3, 2, 1, we're going 10 per side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And back up. Pause for a second or two at the bottom. That's 10. Don't forget to breathe halfway there. $16. All right. Nice job. Okay, our side plank glute lift. I'm going to start on my left side. Again, I'm going to go from the elbow, from the forearm. Feet can be together, or your one leg can be back off to the side. It doesn't matter, okay? So whatever you feel more comfortable with. Again, we're doing glute lifts here, so 10 per side. Hand on hip or hand up in the air. Lower the glute, back up. Keep everything nice and tight. 7. And 10. Switch sides. And the forearm. Straighten the legs out. Come up. 9, and 10. Last exercise here. I'm going to grab my weight for our Turkish get up. Get some stuff out of the way. I'm going to start on the right side. 3 per side. Weight up. Straight in front. Right leg bent. From here, elbow, hand, bridge, sweep, come up, windshield wiper that foot up, come to a stance, bring the knee back into the reverse lunge, bring the foot over, hand down, sweep, glute down, elbow down, back, and repeat. Okay, 2 more on this side. Last one on the right. Nice and control. Every step of this movement is important. So really concentrate on each step in this movement pattern. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Left side, 3. Get set up. Last one. All right, and bring that weight down. We'll start our 2-minute break. That's set 1. So now that you got one set out of the way, try and think of, okay, what was easy, what was too hard. Out of the modifications I've given, which one is going to best suit you, okay? So, the Turkish get-up you found really hard with the weight in it, take out the weight, okay? If it was too easy, maybe add a bit of weight in. When we're doing the glute bridge or any movement that we're going to hold at the top, pause for 3 to 5 seconds. If you can't hold it for that long, that's fine. Just wait for me to do the next rep, okay? Zercher standing leg lift. Might not be able to pause with weight in your hand. So take the weight out and just mimic it, or don't do a 3-second pause. We're going to go about 30 seconds, starting with that plank reach, 10 per side. I'm going to go from the hands this time to show you guys that. Remember, keeping everything nice and tight. Core, that means obliques, abdominals, your back, your lats. Okay, squeezing your glutes, digging your feet into the ground. Okay, keeping everything nice and straight, that neutral spine. Alright, you guys ready? Get set up. Hands closer together if you want for more stability. And reach. Head nice and neutral. That's halfway. $17. And $20. I'm gonna add weight to the glute bridge this time. 10 per side, or 10 total, with a 5-second hold at the top. And this time I'm not gonna have my hands down to the side just so that I can hold on to the bag. Going in 3, 2, 1. Press up through the heels, squeezing the glutes. And 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Should feel that in your glutes. If you're not, you're probably pressing too much off the heels and using your quads instead. Okay, you want to make sure you're squeezing your glutes to raise up. Zercher standing leg lift, 10 per side, 3-second pause. Okay, so get that weight up and begin. Still bracing the core here. Want to keep everything nice and tight. Hope I'm not off count. I think this is 9. 10, halfway. Two more. Nice job. All right, halfway done set 2. 3 more exercises to go. We are coming back to the dead bug. Back into the ground, lower back. Make sure it's on the floor, it's not arched. Knees directly above hips. Hands directly above shoulders. Right arm, left leg, begin. 10 per side. Press that heel as far as you can. Keep everything nice and straight. Halfway. $16. And $20. All right. Side plank, glute lift, 10 per side. Get set up into that side plank again. You can have that foot off to the behind if you want for more stability. If not, let's set up in the position. Nice straight line. 3, 2, 1. Dip the hips. Bring them back up. That's 10. Switch sides. Now we're not doing a pause here, but still want to be nice in control. Begin. And 10. Okay, let's go back to that Turkish get-up. Just want to make sure I have some room here for you guys to see. Grabbing my weight. Okay, starting on the right side, so right hand in the right hand, or sorry, weight in the right hand, right knee bent, and begin. Elbow, hand, bridge, sweep that leg under, come up, rotate the hips so that they're neutral, stance, and I'm hitting my ceiling. Back down, windshield wiper, hand down, sweep back through, glute down, forearm back to the start. Alright, and switch hands. And begin. Last one. All right. 2 sets done. So as you can see, we're focusing on a lot of the foundational movement patterns in the Turkish get-up. Two-minute break, and then we'll go into our third and final set. I want to make sure you have a high enough ceiling for those Turkish get-ups. I'm pretty much right at the roof when I raise up, so not the best for it. You might not have to be able to do the weight, but just do the best you can at what space you have. Okay, we got just over a minute left. We'll get into that final set. After we complete this third set, we'll go straight to a cool down. Some of these movements, most of these movements you'll find that if you're doing them properly and you're really contracting everything, keeping your core nice and tight, you'll find yourself start to shake a bit. That's normal. That means you're working hard, okay? So keep up the good work, guys. We got 1 set to go. Might be getting a little bit tired, your core might be getting tight. Try and push through it for this last set. Don't get sloppy with your movements. Continue on keeping everything nice and tight. Controlled movements. Alright, so we're going to come down to the ground. We're starting with that plank reach. I'm going to go back to my forearms. I actually find that a little bit more challenging than from the hands. Full max tension, okay? So we're going in 10 seconds. We're starting 10 per side, plank reaches. 5, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Try not to rotate the hips, okay? Halfway. And done. Okay, glute bridge. Again, I'm going to grab some weight for this one. 10 total. 5-second pause at the top of each rep. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1. Remember, squeeze those glutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Going into that leg lift. 10 per side, 3-second hold at the top of each lift. Grab your weight, bring it into that Zercher carry. Get a firm base with your feet, and lift. Halfway. Last one. Nice job. Okay, we're going into that dead bugs next. 10 per side, 20 total. Lower back into the ground. Knees under hips or over hips, hands over shoulders. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and begin. Remember, keep that head on the ground. Halfway. $16. And 20. We go, 2 to go, guys. We're going into that side plank glute lift, 10 per side, nice and control. Okay, again, feet on top, stacked on top, or top leg off to behind, whatever is more comfortable for you. Coming up into that side plank, keeping everything nice and tight, and dip, and begin. And 10, switch sides. Okay, into that side plank, dip, and begin. And 10. We have one more here. Grab your weight. Make sure you have some room. Alright, right hand first, right leg bent. Go through the motion slowly. Up to your forearm, your elbow, to your hand. Bridge it. Sweep under. Press yourself to straight. Okay, rotate the foot around so your hips are neutral. Come to a stance. Back down. Reverse lunge. Knee to the ground. Windshield wiper that foot over. Hand to the ground. Sweep the foot back into the bridge. Glute down to the forearm. Back to the ground. Keep that shoulder stabilized. If you're getting tired with the weight in the hand, keep everything nice and tight. I think I might have done an extra rep there. That's alright though. Why not? Last set. Switch sides. Left arm now. And begin. That's one. Two. And one more for fun. Last one, guys. Whew. All right, guys. Nice job. Grab a drink of water. Head into the cool down soon. Give yourself a minute, get your breath back. Clean up your area so you have some room. Alright. So, let's get into our cool down. Here, what you're going to do first is straight legs. You're going to move your right leg over your left. Bring that knee down to the ground. Arms out to the side. Looking the opposite direction. Feeling that stretch in your T-spine. Try and keep your shoulder blades flat on the ground. Okay, if you're finding it's off the ground, it means you're probably rotating a bit too far. Just under 30 seconds left here. And switch. Bring that right leg over. Looking over to your left now. Close your eyes if you want. Focus on your breathing. Get that heart rate down. Five more seconds here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Fifteen seconds. And release. You're going to come into what we call a cobra. Straight arms. Head up. Okay, you can rest your quads or your thighs on the ground. You can come up if you want. Open up that chest. So other than the Turkish get up, guys, those were five fairly easy movements. Obviously the Turkish get up is a little more complex, but it just goes to show you can kind of make any core workout hard if you're doing full max tension with your body, squeezing your core, squeezing your glutes, keeping everything nice and tight. Makes you work that much harder, okay? So 6 easy movements that turned into a pretty good workout, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing your exercises. Every rep should be done. Perfect movement patterns, nice and controlled. And we're going to come into a child's pose. So pushing those hips back, glutes down to the ground, arms straight out in front, and just rest your forehead on the ground. And all those movements are safe too, guys, so anyone can go do a bunch of crunches or sit-ups and get a good workout out of it, but might not be completely safe for you or your back, so just keep that in mind when you're choosing exercise for your workouts. There's tons of variations and modifications to each exercise out there. finish off with some breathing. Lay flat down on your back, palms facing up. Deep inhales through the nose, filling that belly with air, and then exhaling through the mouth, releasing it all. Completely slow down your heart rate. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was our functional core workout of the day. Hope you guys are still doing good. I know a lot of you are probably back to work now with phase 3 starting. So I hope to see you guys in class soon. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.